Hello, everybody. Welcome into Talking Fitchburg on this Monday, April 11th, 2022. Jeremy Crosby here. Hope you had a wonderful day. How about those temperatures? Beautiful day in Fitchburg. Beautiful day in southern Wisconsin for sure, as we enjoy nice temperatures after what's been a washout, snowy washout. I think we've seen more snow this year than I don't know, than we care to, or even than the last like 3 or 4 weeks. Yeet. But yeah, we're drying out, looking out. It just still looks beautiful outside. And you have a couple days to get outside and enjoy these nice temperatures before storms move back in. And sounds like it's going to be a little bit of a cooler weekend for Easter. So that's kind of a bummer, but we'll take it. We'll take it on this April day. But we've got a busy show coming up for you, not just weather. We will talk about weather and what's going to change here coming up. Plus, we'll be talking about spring recycling. Spring recycling day was over this weekend. It was Saturday. And if you missed it, we'll take you out to that. Plus, we'll give you some other ways to recycle. If you missed the event, we'll have those details coming up. And we check in with our friends at the Better Business Bureau. Have you ever wanted to use one of those stock apps? I know Andrew and I haven't gotten into this yet. But if you're wanting to get into the world, we're going to dive into that and how maybe you could do it safely using stock apps and what to know before you start doing some trading. So all of that coming up here in the show. Busy show today. Let's get into the weather. And of course, if we get nice temperatures, there always seems to be repercussions of something. And the change from warm to cold means strong storms. Yeah. Chance for our first big severe weather event coming up here. And we've already had one earlier this season that produced a tornado. So we got to be ready here, right? So as it stands as of this morning, this is when we had pulled the information. It hadn't been updated when we went to do our show today, but you should keep checking back. But what we're seeing here is a strong storm system that will bring a risk of severe weather to the region on Wednesday. A line of storms is increasingly likely to sweep across the area Wednesday afternoon into Wednesday evening. If enough energy is able to form ahead of these storms, then all severe weather hazards will be possible. That could be tornadoes, that could be hail, could be wind damage. All of those are on the table. So we got to be cautious and be weather ready for Wednesday into Wednesday evening. We'll keep bringing you updates, of course, on the update, TF update, and the show as we approach Wednesday. And get ahead for Wednesday. Make sure you have that severe weather kit ready. Do you have one built? Well, here's a chance to get it going. Spring is here and it's bringing severe weather. Be ready in case it affects your area by gathering supplies for everyone, including your pets. Have an emergency plan and have multiple ways to receive those weather alerts. There's an example of a kit that you put together. My kit almost looks pretty close to that. I do need to switch out some of the food items, though. I was going to put like a rotating. That's the one thing that they got to talk about is rotating and checking out to make sure you have everything. But make sure you build those kits and be weather ready for Wednesday. All right, other news. Fitchburg Police Department updates us on an investigation that has led to charges and to federal indictments. Let's take a look here. Last week, a 28-year-old man was charged in Dane County Circuit Court following an investigation into a September 2021 shots fired incident. Alexander Jefferson Cooper was charged with second-degree reckless endangering safety, criminal damage to property, and intimidation of a victim with the threat of force. On March 9th, 2022, Jefferson Cooper was also charged federally with possession of a firearm as a felon. The investigation began following a citizen's report of damage to their vehicle on September 29th of 2021. Officers determined the car was in an apartment building, had been struck by gunfire in the 2300 block of Post Road. Investigators identified Jefferson Cooper as a suspect, and on October 5th, 2021, a search warrant was executed at the townhome on North Alpine Parkway in the Village of Oregon. In addition to Jefferson Cooper, Zadell Rolak, 25, was also taken into custody. The Wisconsin Department of Corrections wanted both men for violations of their extended supervision, and Rolak had an extraditable warrant through Minnesota. During the search of the resident, multiple firearms and narcotics were seized. The guns led to the March 9th federal grand jury indictment of Jefferson Cooper and Rolak for a felon in possession of a firearm. In addition to the new charges, both Jefferson Cooper and Rolak had their extended supervision revoked. by Wisconsin Department of Corrections. The Fitchburg Police Department was assisted by multiple law enforcement agencies during this investigation, including the Bureau of Alcohol, Tobacco, Firearms, and Explosives, the Dane County Sheriff's Office, City of Madison Police Department, the Village of Oregon Police Department, and the Wisconsin Department of Justice of Criminal Investigation. Good work on all of that from the police department and multiple agencies working together here to get that case wrapped up. All right, turning our attention to some activities coming up for the week. Let's start with this, CI Pediatric Therapy Storytime. We heard about this when we previewed this month's activities at the library. This is going to be happening on Wednesday, April 13th. Join a member of the CI Pediatric Therapy Center staff for interactive story time of books, songs, movements, crafts, and fun. This is geared toward children ages 2 to 5. It's at 10 a.m. at the Fitchburg Public Library. Happening over at the Fitchburg Senior Center starting next Monday, they will be having a falls presentation to keep you safe. It says here, according to the CDC, 1 in 4 adults has a fall each year in Wisconsin. And Wisconsin in the nation, but in Wisconsin, we lead the nation in fall-related deaths for people age 60 and older. That's not good. The good news is falls are not a normal part of aging and can be prevented. The Stepping On program offered by Safe Communities of Madison and Dane County has researched and proven to reduce falls by 31% and will take place at the Fitchburg Senior Center on Monday, starting April 18th through June 6th. They'll be skipping May 30th, Memorial Day weekend. But 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. The cost is $35. We've previewed this and talked about this many times. It is a great resource for anybody who is at fall risk. We're all at it. So not just because of age, but we all have a risk of falling. So if you are interested, check in with the Fitchburg Senior Center to get yourself signed up. You can also register online at fitchburgwi.gov at the Fitchburg Seniors website. Then click on the registration tab. That's the big blue button. I like that. The blue button. Top of the page to register. All right, moving on to Waterway Cleanups. That's set for Saturday, April 23rd. Cleanups will be happening from 9 a.m. to 11 a.m. at Dunn's Marsh, Corey Hill, Swan Creek, and Yarmouth Greenway. Volunteers are encouraged. The people's volunteers are encouraged to wear boots and bring gloves. Vest, bags, and gloves will be provided. Please be aware that the restroom facilities may not be available in some of the cleanup areas. I'm a big coffee drinker, so I would definitely need to put the coffee down for the cleanups. But either way, if you want to help out, more information is on our website at fitchburgwi.gov. We'll share the link. All right, you think you have it hard out there for working. This next story will prove that somebody has it harder than you for working. Check out this. Pruning and chopping is done all in is done in orchard. This is at Apple Garden. This is one of the most labor-consuming jobs on the farm. Every semi-dwarf tree, 2,200, and dwarf trees, 4,200, need to be pruned every year, Andrew. Every year. Then all the pruning are pulled out of the trees and chopped with a flail mower in the alleyway. That chopping of the sticks leaves a great amount of wood residue for the soil's microbes to chew. It is in quotes, chew. I like that. On the rest of the season, which is great for the soil health. By fall, you'll be hard to find you wouldn't even find those in the grass. We went there last year. Yeah, I would have never, ever stepped on a piece of wood there as you're walking. But that's a lot of pruning. Your hands got to hurt after pruning all of that stuff. I'm just saying. All right, as we wrap up here, April is Donate Life Month, and I wanted to share this with you. 56% of Wisconsin driver's license and ID holders say yes to organ donation and have the life-saving orange dot on their driver's license or ID. Learn how you can register to become an organ and tissue donor when you renew your driver's license. And go to DOT's website for more information. But 56% of you say yes to doing that. So learn more about it. If you're not sure about you should or shouldn't, well, it starts with doing some research. We'll share the link as we do with all of our stories, so you can check that out. All right, that does it for our headlines. Coming up next, we're going to be talking about the Spring Recycling Day. It happened over the weekend, plus give you some more recycling tips where you can recycle your stuff. We're giving you spring cleaning tips. That's what it's all about, right? That's coming up next right here on Talking Fitchburg.